For 300 years, the galaxy had known one simple truth. Humans were impossible to break. They were not the oldest species. They were not the strongest. They did not have the most advanced technology. But they had something every other species feared. They never gave up. That was why the entire galaxy gathered at the Grand Unity Station for the most important meeting in history. After decades of wars, betrayals, and broken promises, every major civilization came together for one final peace agreement. Everyone believed this was the day humans would finally accept peace. The alien leaders prepared their speeches. The cameras of thousands of worlds were watching. Millions waited for the moment when humanity would sign the treaty and become part of a new peaceful galaxy. But when a human ambassador arrived, something felt wrong. Commander Elias Voss walked into the massive hall alone. No guards, no weapons, no celebration. Only silence followed him. The alien leaders expected a treaty in his hands. Instead, he carried a small black device. The leaders looked at each other with confusion. Some believed it was a secret weapon. Others thought humans had come to threaten them one last time. But Elias did not attack. He simply placed the device on the table and activated it. The room suddenly filled with images. Human colonies burning. Civilian ships destroyed. Families losing everything. Worlds that humans had protected, only to be abandoned when they were no longer useful. The aliens watched in silence as every forgotten promise came back to life. For years, humans had fought for peace. For years, humans had saved others. And for years, the galaxy had taken their sacrifice for granted. Elias looked at the leaders and spoke calmly. Humanity came here hoping for peace. But peace cannot exist where only one side pays the price. Nobody answered. Then he pushed the treaty away. The last chance for peace was offered today. He stood up and said the words no one expected. Humanity is leaving. At that moment, across the galaxy, millions of human ships activated their engines. For the first time in history, humans did not fight. They simply walked away. For the first few days, the galaxy celebrated. Across thousands of planets, news channels announced the same message. Humanity is gone. Many leaders smiled. They believed the greatest problem in the galaxy had finally disappeared. For years, humans have been called dangerous. Their ships were powerful. Their soldiers were fearless. Their technology was always years ahead of everyone else. The galaxy thought humans were too powerful, but they never asked one important question. Why had humans become so powerful? The answer was simple. Because humans were always protecting everyone else. When a colony was attacked, human ships arrived first. When a planet faced disaster, human rescue teams came first. When enemies threatened peaceful worlds, human fleets stood between them and destruction. But nobody noticed. Nobody thanked them. And now, nobody was coming. 1 month after humanity's departure, the first signs of trouble appeared. A small trading planet called Viral 7 sent an emergency message. Their supply routes had been attacked by space raiders. In the past, human patrol ships would have arrived within hours. This time, there was only silence. The alien government promised to send help, but their ships were too slow. Their weapons were too weak, and their commanders had no experience fighting the enemies that humans had defeated for decades. Soon, more problems appeared. Border conflicts started again. Old enemies returned. The peaceful galaxy that everyone believed they had created began falling apart. The alien leaders finally started searching through old human records. What they found shocked them. Humanity had secretly protected over 4,000 worlds. They had stopped hundreds of wars before they even started. They had destroyed threats that most species never even knew existed. The galaxy had not been controlled by humans. It had been protected by them. Then the leaders received one final message from a forgotten human communication channel. It was only a few words. Now you will understand what our absence means. For the first time, the galaxy felt something it had never felt before. Not fear of humanity. Fear of a universe without humanity. The galaxy was changing faster than anyone expected. The same leaders who once celebrated humanity's departure were now sitting in emergency meetings, searching for answers. They wanted to understand one thing. Why had humans left so calmly? A weaker species would have attacked. A defeated species would have begged. But humanity did neither. They simply disappeared. That mystery bothered the alien leaders more than any battle. Commander Elias Voss had not given a warning. He had not made threats. He had not promised revenge. He had only walked away. And that was terrifying. The Galactic Council began opening old human files that had been hidden for decades. What they discovered shocked them. Humanity had never shown its full strength. The fleets that protected the galaxy were not their strongest ships. The weapons used in wars were not their most advanced technology. The human forces everyone had feared were only the smallest part of something much bigger. Deep inside an abandoned human database, the aliens discovered a message recorded years earlier. It was from the first human explorers. We learned something important. The universe respects power, but it remembers kindness. The recording continued. However, kindness without respect becomes weakness in the eyes of others. The aliens finally understood. Humans had spent centuries helping everyone, hoping trust would create peace. But instead, many civilizations saw their kindness as a chance to take advantage. Humanity had not left because they lost. They left because they were tired of fighting battles that were never theirs. They left because they were tired of fighting battles that were never theirs. Then another discovery changed everything. Far beyond the edge of known space, hidden behind a massive energy field, thousands of human ships were waiting. Not damaged ships, not old ships, new ships, ships larger than entire alien cities. The aliens watched the images in complete silence. Humanity had not escaped. Humanity had prepared. They had built a new home among the stars, far away from those who refused to understand them. Then a final message appeared on the screen. To those who are searching for us, we are not your enemies, but we will never again be your shield. The galaxy finally realized the truth. Humans had not abandoned the universe. They had chosen themselves for the first time. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy was truly alone. The alien civilizations that once controlled thousands of worlds now struggled to protect even their own borders. Without human fleets, every hidden danger started coming back. But the greatest threat was still waiting beyond the edge of known space. A signal appeared from the deep void. At first, scientists believed it was just a natural space event. They were wrong. The signal was a warning. An ancient enemy, known as the Varkan Empire, had returned. A species that had disappeared thousands of years ago was moving through the galaxy again. Their ships were unlike anything the aliens had ever seen. They were faster than modern fleets. Their weapons destroyed entire defenses in seconds. The galaxy that once believed it was powerful suddenly realized how fragile it really was. The first planets attacked sent emergency messages to the Galactic Council. They asked for help, but nobody answered. The same leaders who once ignored humanity were now searching for the one species that could save them. They sent messages toward the human territories. For days, there was no response. The alien leaders waited and waited. Some believed humans were enjoying their suffering. Others believed humanity had finally decided to let the galaxy fall. Then an old alien historian found something hidden in human records. A message written before humanity left. If the galaxy ever faces a threat it cannot defeat, remember this. Humans did not leave because we hated you. We left because we hoped you would learn to stand on your own. The words changed everything. The galaxy finally understood their biggest mistake. They had mistaken human patience for weakness. They had mistaken human kindness for fear. They had believed humans needed the galaxy. But the truth was the opposite. The galaxy had always needed humanity. Then, after weeks of silence, a single human message reached the Galactic Council. Only one sentence appeared on their screens. We heard your call. Every alien in the room froze. Because they knew one thing. Humanity had returned. But this time, they were not coming as servants. They were coming as equals. The moment the human message arrived, the galaxy stopped fighting. For the first time in months, every world looked toward the same direction. The edge of space. That was where the human fleet appeared. But the ships that arrived were not the same ships the galaxy remembered. The old human warships had been large. These were enormous. They moved through space like silent mountains, carrying technology that no alien civilization could understand. The Galactic Council watched in complete silence as thousands of human vessels entered their territory. Many leaders were afraid. They remembered the old stories. They remembered how powerful humans were. But this time, humanity did not come with weapons aimed at anyone. They came with a message. Commander Elias Voss appeared on every communication screen across the galaxy. He looked older than before, but his voice was calm. Humanity did not return because we needed you. The alien leaders lowered their heads. We returned because innocent lives are in danger. Those words surprised everyone. After everything that happened, humans were still willing to help. But Elias continued. However, things will not return to the way they were. The Galactic Council became silent. Humanity had one condition. No more hidden deals. No more using human soldiers as protection. No more calling humans friends while secretly planning against them. The galaxy had to choose. A true alliance, or no alliance at all. For the first time, alien leaders understood the value of what they had lost. Humanity was not asking for control. They were asking for respect. As the Varkan Empire moved closer, human ships prepared for battle. Alien commanders watched as human technology activated. Weapons they had never seen before. Shields stronger than entire planets. Ships that moved faster than thought itself. The galaxy finally saw the truth. The humans they feared were not monsters. They were survivors. A species that had been pushed away, betrayed, and forgotten. Yet they still came back when others needed them. Then the first Varkan ship entered the battlefield. Humanity moved forward, and the galaxy witnessed something it would never forget. The return of a species that had walked away from peace. The final battle had begun. Across the galaxy, millions watched as the human fleet moved toward the Varkan Empire. For the first time, alien civilizations saw the true power of humanity. But what shocked them most was not the strength of human weapons. It was the discipline of their soldiers. The human fleet did not attack with anger. They did not seek revenge. They fought with purpose. Commander Elias Voss watched the battlefield from the command ship. Around him were thousands of alien officers who once doubted humanity. Now, they followed human commands without question. The Varkan forces attacked with everything they had. Their massive ships surrounded the human fleet, believing numbers would bring victory. But they did not understand humans. Humans had survived on a dangerous planet. They had crossed impossible distances. They had faced enemies stronger than themselves many times before. And every time they adapted. Slowly, the Varkan Empire began losing. Their advanced weapons failed against human strategies. Their powerful ships could not predict human movements. Because humans did not fight like machines. They fought with creativity. They fought with courage. They fought with the one thing no technology could replace. Hope. After hours of battle, the Varkan flagship was finally defeated. The galaxy was saved. But when the celebrations began, humanity did not demand control. They did not take new planets. They did not create an empire. Instead, Elias Voss stood before the galaxy one final time. Peace was never created by the strongest species, he said. It was created when every species understood the value of another life. The alien civilizations remembered the day humanity walked away. They remembered their mistake. They had lost the one species that protected them because they never respected it. But humanity had returned to teach them one final lesson. Strength without kindness creates fear. Kindness without respect creates weakness. But when both exist together, they create peace. Years later, children across the galaxy learned the same story. The story of the species that left. The species that returned. The species that proved humanity was never looking for war. They were only waiting for the universe to finally understand their worth.